Happy Alter Bridge Monday, everyone. Very exciting today. We have a new single from the band. It is called Show Me a Leader. It is off the band's upcoming fifth studio album entitled The Last Hero. It was released today on July 25th, 2016 on Sirius Octane XM Radio. This morning I heard it. It was streamed and whatnot. So I've heard it a couple times already. I'm very, very excited. What I'll do is I will do a review of the music and kind of how the song starts out for those who haven't heard it, and then I'll give my thoughts on the meaning of the song and how the band and how it shows how the band has grown and whatnot. So let's get right down to it. Okay, so the single, first and foremost, I'll get down to this. I'll put this right in the beginning. It is a album version, so it's a little bit shorter than what you're gonna hear on the real studio album here once it comes out in October 7th of 2016 here. It started out, and from what I'm hearing online, the album version starts out with a kind of a dark, maybe twisted, creepy Miles Kennedy riff that turns into a Miles Kennedy solo that leads into the song that we hear that we've seen online and whatnot. So this single that I'm reviewing is the shorter version. It is 3 minutes and 51 seconds. This single in this version starts out with a bang. Literally, it starts out with a drum beat, kind of get you going, kind of get you fired. You're not necessarily expecting that to start like that. It kind of, to me, has a then it goes into a guitar or a bass lead that travels throughout the song in different ways, kind of twisted a little bit, interlooped together with the drums as we get closer to the vocals. And really, when that guitar and that bass and whatnot, just the instrumentals begin, it kind of builds up a wall and kind of takes you on a journey through the song. So very interesting. I've seen that before. We've seen it before with music, but the way it was done, it just the mixing and whatnot, very interesting to me, and whatnot. So very, very interesting there. As we get through the song, I'll continue with the instrumentals. Then once you have the vocals, then it breaks down again. We have an amazing guitar solo there. The guitars take center stage, and once the song continues, then the drums kind of come back towards the forefront. It's kind of pounding a little bit, and the song ends with a jam kind of session-y, the band coming together, and you can tell their relationship, how tight the band is, as far as rehearsing and whatnot, creating music. They love creating music together. You can kind of tell that in that section. There's no loose ends. It's just very in your face, aggressive there, from what I've heard. Okay, so that's kind of instrumentally very interesting there. Just the mixing and whatnot the song is darker. Let's just say that and whatnot. It kind of reminds me of what the band has done in their individual solo projects, and kind of twisted around and brought together for a new Alter Bridge. Very different for people who are just getting into Alter Bridge from what we hear on their debut album and Blackbird and whatnot, and leading into Fortress. As this song does have elements of, I think, Fortress in it as well, but very, very interesting, I would say, instrumentally. Okay. Also very interesting is the lyrical topic. The lyrical topic, as you can kind of tell from the title of the song, "Show Me a Leader," is somewhat political in my eyes, and what we have seen just in general. It could be about the U.S. presidential election, maybe a mess that some would call that. But also could be just in general, just the world, how we need somebody to stand up, and we need somebody to take control. Maybe a country, a person, whatnot, group of people, and combat the violence that we have seen, the hatred just in general, and disagreements, and how. And this song is basically how divided we are as a world, as a country, maybe the United States of America. It's just very, very interesting. The lyrical meaning, and just very down to earth. This song, and this whole album was written last year. Ending in December, so very, very interesting how it's how it's very up to date. And if you're a fan of the band, you're gonna know that they write these down to earth songs. They're very kind of in touch with the news, I would say, as far as just their general meanings, and putting their thoughts maybe a little bit into their most recent music. It's very interesting there, and that kind of leads me into how the band has grown. As I was saying before, they're very in touch with their the news, the current day news. So that's definitely part of it, but also the band has matured. As I was saying before, they've taken their individual styles, whether it be Miles Kennedy with Slash, and Apocalyptic Love, and World on Fire, Slash's 2 albums, and kind of blended that with the vocal styles. The vocal styles are kind of short and whatnot, and just it's interesting how they blend together. And you have Mark Tremonti with his Tremonti Project, kind of dark, very metally, whatnot, speed metal related maybe. So it just everything's blended together, and it's done in a way where it's not too aggressive, not too slow. It's just the right balance. The mixing of the album, the production of this song. I think it being the single, I expect it to be kind of radio friendly and whatnot, but just friendly for casual users and casual listeners. But there's still elements of that you're gonna find interesting, no matter how many times you listen to it. And I just can't wait to see what the band has done as far as if this album's gonna be darker, and what lyrical topics they decide to cover, and what they covered, and how these solos and whatnot that we've been hearing about come together, and just the full version. I just cannot wait for this whole album. So that's just my thoughts on this based off this single. It's gonna be very interesting, I think, definitely. So thank you guys for watching this quick video review. I know that there's not much, it's one single. So it's going to be interesting, like I said, so stay tuned. I'll hopefully have an album review or something when this album comes out later this year, October 7th of 2016. So thank you guys for watching this review. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.